I scorch the earth with these hot lines for the millionth time. Fire and brimstone erupting from the microphone. I steal the show and like a thief.
If we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week because we ran out of time, but there is a fire still smoldering, and I thought it's something that needs to be talked about, quite frankly. I don't know if you heard or not, but Youngstown Ursuline canceled the season last week after 2 federal lawsuits were filed earlier this month alleging hazing and harassment by members of the football team. The first suit stemmed from a team trip in June. It alleges an incoming freshman was assaulted, and the attack was recorded and shared on social media platforms. It goes on to allege that when the attack was brought to the attention of the coaching staff and school officials, it was kind of swept under the rug. The allegation is, or one of the allegations is, that the incident was reported to the coaching staff. It was brushed aside, and one of the assistants said it's just boys being boys, and that kind of rubbed me all sorts of the wrong way because there's got to be an adult in the room, you know. Right. I mean, those things it can't just be that anymore.
You know, and it's really sad, man, because at all levels, football at its core is still sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? And hazing, and even when you get into the highest level of football, even pros will tell you hazing at that level is not even, you know, they'll have rookies carrying bags and things like that, but
right.
Hazing has no place in real true sport. So to see young people getting involved in hazing is really unfortunate, and you know, there has to be accountability for that.
Right.
And you know, kudos to those in charge. You know, I hate to see programs get hit with those types of things, because at the end of the day, you see some programs may never recover sometimes from things like that. Ursuline is a very well-known program for athletics, but accountability has to be had. And so kudos for those in charge for taking a stand against something so serious, because if you don't take it serious, you know, there could be real, you know, in this case, it was a terrible outcome, but those things can continue to happen.
Right. Ursuline canceled its Week 3 game as these allegations the lawsuits came forward. They had an open date in Week 4, and it was during that time that a lot of the opponents that they had scheduled had decided to back out of those games. Their opponents had decided that they didn't want to play them, so Ursuline officials made the decision to cancel the rest of the season after that. The messiness didn't end there. The Ohio High School Athletic Association ruled the players not named in the lawsuits were not eligible to transfer and play at other schools this fall. Lawyers for those players sought a temporary restraining order against the OHSAA. It was denied earlier this week. It's not going away anytime soon, as attorneys have promised to move forward. And meanwhile, it's week 6, and any of those kids who were not involved, I mean, the clock's ticking for those kids. And Zach, I should apologize to you because I think I sent you down the rabbit hole this morning when I told you about all this, but it's a 5-alarm dumpster fire over there.
Yeah, you did send me down the rabbit hole, but no, it's good. It was, really crazy stuff to read all the reports, and those lawsuits are very serious. Absolutely. Like, it's more than just your typical hazing. I mean, not typical. I know there's no place for hazing, but when you think about it, and sometimes that word carries like a lot, and sometimes it's like lighthearted stuff. And this was, I guess we could put a couple links in the show notes if people want to go read about it, right. Because I'm not an expert on it, and
right.
obviously, but we're talking about it because it's football, but very serious stuff. And the lawsuit really alleges that this has been a cultural problem at that school for a long time. So I am glad some of that's coming to light.
And it should be. These are all allegations, and Ursuline will have its day in court where they are innocent until proven guilty and all that, but serious allegations indeed. Stay tuned. I'm sure we haven't heard the last of the drama coming out of Youngstown. Shifting our focus here back to North Central Ohio, second half of the regular season starts this week. Winless Mansfield Senior will head down to Lexington for an Ohio Cardinal Conference grudge match against the Minutemen. Lex is 4-1. They're expected to play for the OCC championship in Week 10, but we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. We're joined in studio by yet another of Lex's D1 prospects. We're excited to welcome in senior receiver and defensive back Dantrell Hughes. Dantrell, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot to get to, but before we dive into it, let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Graham Auto Mall. Whether you're cruising in for a new ride or keeping your current one in top shape, Graham Auto Mall has you covered. Shop a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles or trust their expert service team to keep you on the road. If you're in the market for a vehicle, stop by Graham at 1515 West 4th Street in Mansfield or visit GrahamAutomall.com. Graham Auto Mall, your hometown dealer. And Dantrell, you heard us in the open talk a little bit about it. I mean, I'm curious, is hazing something that the coaching staff at Lexington talks to you guys about? I mean, what's that look like?
Yeah, I mean, they brought it up to us before, just like because like we're seniors and just our group, but like they really don't talk to us about it much because he expects a lot of more out of us. So yeah, he doesn't even expect that even happening in our school. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean culturally, that's got. I mean, I'm sure it needs to be talked about one way or the other. But I mean, if you have they have a big senior class
Right.
and a big responsible senior class, and you kind of look for those guys to police themselves, maybe.
Right, and I've always said that the athlete set the culture for your school, and specifically your football team does. I always go that far, and if your football team is one that is led by strong leaders that understand the power of their influence over the school, and they are behaving in a way that is upstanding to and behaving in a way that represents the school, the community well, you usually don't have that many issues in school, and I've seen that over and over again. Now, on the flip side of that, if your football team is one that endorses things like hazing, like we've been talking about, or just being not being mature and things like that, number one, usually you don't have a very successful football team.
Right.
And then number two, your school culture, sometimes is out of whack. So I always, in any school I go to, I always put a lot of onus on the athletes and specifically the football players to take the responsibility to set the culture for not only your team but your school, because it is really that important that you behave in a way that represents your family, your team, and your community. That way your school can rally around that example.
Right. And Dantrell, I mean, it's like we said, you have a big senior class, and you guys have been very successful. I mean, do you kind of take it upon yourselves to be the role models for everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, and all of us, most of us has grown up with each other throughout school, so like we're all connected like deeply, and yeah, we just hold a higher standard for ourselves, and we're all raised better than that, and we don't even expect that. So yeah.
Right. Did you have to talk to your basketball teams at senior high about that sort of stuff?
I was, for the most part, really blessed with some really good leaders.
Right.
And some guys that not only wanted to win, but because we were able to, as a coaching staff, and we had some good leaders that became seniors, and sometimes underclassmen, that because they wanted to be successful, they understood, they believed in our messaging. Like, look, if you want to be successful as a team, there are certain things that we have to do. We have to set the culture. It has to look this way. And because of that, they bought into that. And so we didn't have to do too much of that. Now, that doesn't mean that certain things didn't happen and we didn't have to step in certain places. But for the most part, our teams was, like Dantrell was saying, we didn't have a lot of that because at the end of the day, we wanted to win.
Right.
They wanted to be successful, and if they knew they were spending a lot of time doing some stuff that didn't matter, that took the focus off winning. And most of the teams that I coached, they understood that, which was easy. That makes it a lot easier for us coaches.
Right. Now, Dantrell, you got some Division I offers. I think Louisville is out there, Ohio University, Kent State. A lot of guys in your class. We've had Joe Caudell and Braden Fogel both in here. They made their decisions a little earlier. I mean, just take us through where you are in the process. I mean, do you expect an announcement anytime in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I'm still in the recruiting process right now. I'm still talking to schools and stuff, and looking at track now. Some track schools are starting to talk to me and too. So yeah, I'm not really on a decision yet, but probably down the road I
Right.
will be.
And you're kind of a, I don't know if I'd say unknown, but I mean you dealt with an injury last year that cost you almost your entire junior season. What was the injury and how long were you sidelined for?
Yeah, so the summer going into my junior year of football, I broke my collarbone like a month probably before the season started, and yeah, and I was really upset about that, but yeah, so I was out about like 8 weeks, I think. Came back week 9, and then but I really should have been missed like more, but I was like really trying to get on the field, so I told my doctor, can I at least play like offense, so it's less risk of me like breaking my collarbone because of hitting and stuff. But so yeah, we did that. I had like a lot of precautions on my collarbone, like padding and stuff like that. So it was a lot to get used to, and then had to get back on the field. But I was happy to be back on the field, and yeah, week 8 or something. So I'm just playing offense for like a couple weeks,
Right.
And then playoffs I started playing both sides, and that's when my collarbone felt better. But really had to like watching all those games and all my guys like playing without me and stuff. It really sucked, but you really take for granted like how like when you're healthy, like
Right.
playing and stuff. But like when I was out, I really like changed my mindset of like playing sports and stuff. Like you never know when it's gonna be over.
Right, and you're kind of touching on a lot of the things I wanted to get to. That can be a really dark time for a kid who's
Oh,
away
yeah.
from his team. I mean, was there ever a time where you thought, I'm not going to get back, or did you always feel like there was light at the end of that tunnel?
I always had hope for myself, but like there were definitely times where I was like really on myself, especially because of my junior year, and like I was really doubting myself because I don't know, that's a big year for sports in general, and I really liked football, so that kind of hurt me a lot. But I always believed and prayed and stuff like that. So yeah.
Was that the first time an injury had sidelined you from sports, like for that long?
No, actually, my freshman year, I had a really bad injury. It took me out the whole football season and half a basketball season I had a knee injury, like tore my tibia, something like that, in my knee. And it was like the first scrimmage against Galleon, and then, yeah, it was really bad. I had to get surgery like right away. So that took me out the whole year, and then, yeah, so I was kind of used to it, but like freshman year is not as bad, but like,
Right.
but like still, like I was out for my first like high school football season and like stuff like that, and then basketball, I had half of my season gone, so that kind of hurt, and I was kind of upset about that. But then, it kind of got me used to like being out for junior year, but it helped me with like that type of stuff. But yeah.
I would imagine it's hard not to let doubt creep into your mind when you're sitting on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like he said, it's about your belief in yourself and staying close to the game. And and I know, Dantrell, you all have a really tight knit, and we've had a couple of your teammates in already, and they talked about how you guys are really close. Talk a little bit about how your relationships with your classmates how that kind of defines you guys' success. You guys have been successful, like, feels like forever. Feels like I've been hearing about this Lexington class since you guys were like 6th or 7th grade. Talk about how your relationship with your classmates has made you guys so successful.
Yeah, all of those guys, like mostly all those guys I've known like all my life. Like Braden, preschool, we became best friends and been friends since then. So yeah, like we've been close for a while now, and like you can tell like every day we're with each other, and it just helps our teams, like sports. Like we're in every sport together basically too. So since like 5th, 6th grade, we've been playing football and basketball together, running track, like, so it really helps. And then like we get into high school, and like you can tell we have a lot of chemistry, and like it really helps, and it's pretty fun playing with your guys for that long.
And I would think, and we'll let you talk about it, but having that support system in place makes going through an injury, you're not necessarily going through it alone. I would imagine you kind of leaned against those guys during that kind of that dark period for you.
Yeah, definitely. Guys definitely helped me they reached out and stuff. Like, I always had them coming over. They came over to my house and stuff, talked to me, because it really hurts, because like when you get hurt from a sport like that and all your friends and stuff, people you're close to are still like moving on, playing and stuff, and you're just watching, like you feel this sense of loneliness.
Right.
But my friends and my team, like they kind of helped me through that, and yeah, they touched base with me a lot, so that helped me through that.
And I think you touched on it, but I suspect it makes you look at things a little differently, realizing it can all be taken away from you in an instant. I mean, it does kind of change your outlook on things a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely did. Like sometimes when you like feel like, man, I don't want to go to practice today and stuff, which I still feel that, but like then like I always think like when I used to wish I could practice and run, even run,
Right.
like I used to like just want to walk sometimes, like yeah. So it really changes your mindset on different things.
So you were cleared in what, like week 8, I guess, of last season?
Yeah.
I think that first game back, you had a couple catches. What was that? I mean, what was that like being back out on the field for the first time?
Yeah, during the moment, like on the field, like it's nothing new to me. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, but then you look back on it, like wow, like I just came back, but like it just feels natural to me. But yeah, that felt good getting back out, getting hit and stuff. Like,
yeah, I would imagine that first hit's kind of scary a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I'm not really scared of like getting hit, but like of course like my doctor and my parents were like kind of like, you know,
they're scared for you.
Yeah, they're like, but like I got hit and just got right back up. I mean, it's really nothing to me, but yeah.
I think that was against New Philly. I think they beat you that game.
They did, yeah.
And at the time, you guys were 4-4 on the season. I would, you don't know if you're going to make the playoffs, and I would imagine there were some mixed emotions. Thrilled to be back, but who knows what the next couple of weeks hold in store for you.
Yeah, I knew like when I came back, like this is a really crunch time in our season. Like we were really having to get going, and it sucked for me because I couldn't play both sides, which I usually am. So that kind of hurt on the defensive side, but I just did my best on offense to try to do whatever we could do to win.
And you guys, I mean, you make the playoffs as a number 12 seed. You win a couple of road playoff games. I would think that I mean, statistically, I mean, there's only so much you get a chance to do when you're out for most of the season. But
Yeah.
I mean, was it nice just to come back and make a contribution, even no matter how small it was? I guess.
Yeah, I was just blessed to even get out there and play with my guys, and because I didn't even know, like when I first heard it, if I was even going to play that year. But then when I came back, I was very grateful that I could play and how far we went in the playoffs. It was very nice.
Right. And you weren't the only one last year to miss
No,
a significant amount of time. Avery Crawford, one of your guys' receivers,
Yeah.
he missed almost the entire season himself. As good as you guys did in the playoffs last year, do you look back and think, man, if we're at full strength, who knows what happens against Toledo Central?
Yeah,
Catholic?
we always say that, like guys like not being healthy and not being able to play, like and now this year, like hopefully we're getting guys back now, and like I think we have when we're full strength, I feel like we're a really good team. I think we can challenge a lot of opponents.
Right. How was this? I mean, last year at this time, you're 2-3. I mean, aside from some people being healthy, what's been the biggest difference? You're sitting at 4-1. You're in a pretty good place now.
Yeah, I think going into first week, a lot of big rivalry game against Ontario. So like we're really fired up, and like I feel like our whole summer preparation has really helped us during this start of our season. Just really fired up, like knowing like and mainly led by our senior class. So we know like this is our last year to really like go far. So we always like preach our goal every day, like state, OCC championship, state like championship. That's what we want to get to. So really big goals for us, and everyone staying healthy, staying together, coming in as a team, like coming together more. I think we're more glued this year. It's the other years, I feel like we're more as like together this year. So yeah.
Right.
Is that just maturity, you think, with your class, or like is there any other reasons why you feel like?
Yeah, I think so. And like it really helped. We went to an ONU camp, like a college camp. So like we had practice. We were with each other 3 practices a day, every hour of the day, and like that really we really came together through that, and like we were with each other for so long during that. So yeah,
It's good bonding time.
yeah, great bonding over there.
Last year, I think Braden had more than 50 catches. Seven had more than 50 catches. I mean, this year it's spread out pretty evenly among the 4 of you guys. And we talked to Joe, and I thought he was pretty diplomatic about it. He said his favorite receiver is the guy who's open. I mean, is it? I don't know. Is it frustrating to not be as I mean, I would imagine every receiver wants to be targeted more than he is. But is it? I mean, is it a challenge to spread the ball? There's only one football to go around for all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough for Joe. I played quarterback before. I know how it feels to like receivers complaining, but that's my biggest thing. I don't really like chirp at. I don't complain like because like you never know, and like so like yeah. I mean, we have a great group, so I like when the ball is spread around, but you know sometimes like you're wide open.
Spread to you,
yeah, but obviously I don't complain about that. I just want to win. Like if I make a big play, it happens, but I'm just trying to win. I don't care.
As a former quarterback in football, I mean, harmony it's hard to maintain harmony when you have a whole bunch of guys who want the football.
I mean,
Right.
it is, but you know, I think you know you got to have the right attitude and understanding that you know winning is the most important thing. But you know, everybody. I don't think a team would be as great of a team if there wasn't a piece of ego in everyone.
Right.
You know, if everyone didn't think they could make the play. So you know, there's a piece of that belongs. You know, when you think of yourself as a player, though, Dantrell, like how do you, where do you, defensively though, do you feel like as a defensive player, do you feel like are you able to make as many plays? Do you feel like that's the side of the ball you feel like, you know, I can make as big an impact as a defensive player or on the offensive side, I'm a big time playmaker. Where do you feel like you can have the most impact for your team?
For our team, I feel like defensively, I feel like I make a big impact defensively. Just like even being there, cause like just like guarding guys and like sometimes teams like game plan like different things for different guys. So like I feel like me being out would really hurt us like on defense. So I feel like defensively, yeah, and then I feel like more and more offensively, I've been being a different better impact for us. But we have a lot of guys that can do a lot of things, so credit to them. But yeah, I feel like probably more defensively.
If I'm looking at the stats here, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Lexington secondary through 5 games has 13 interceptions.
Yeah. Well, and I asked that question because, you know, as a casual fan, you look and you see receivers catching the football and you say, "Oh man, that's great." But I am telling you, as a you know an offensive coach, nothing drives you more crazy than a defensive back or someone in the secondary that can make plays. You know what I mean? Or someone who you're afraid to throw their way because they've got a great break or they understand concepts. But no one will ever know that. You know what I mean? No one will ever see that because that's not the way we're used to seeing people make plays. But, you know, here's a young man who could be making plays, but the ball may not ever come his way defensively. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always say like my biggest thing is just shut down the whole side of the field. And like if I'm not getting thrown to a lot, that's better on me. Like I might not make the plays. Like Ontario game, first game of the season, like I didn't make many plays, but like my guy had 1 catch for 2 yards. So like that's my biggest thing. Like and other guys getting tested, but we have a great DB group, so they can make plays over there too. So it's really like what you want. But yeah, so that's my biggest thing is even if I'm not like intercepting the ball, at least I just want to shut down like side of the field, my receiver I'm guarding. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and I know it's not crazy uncommon for, you know, wide receivers to also play your position on defense, but playing both of those, you know, how much does that help you when you're lining up on either side? Because I got to imagine, you know, having both of those thought processes, it's probably helpful.
Yeah, it helps a lot, especially like route recognition, like like where the receivers even like pre-snap, if he's closer to the sideline, he's not going out. He's either doing a fade or he's going inside. So you want to go inside leverage, stuff like that. Different routes, like when they come to 10 yards, he's either breaking in or breaking out, like just stuff like that. Mainly route recognition and knowing how to play the hands really helps when you play receiver and DB. Yeah.
You guys got another one of your weapons back last week, I think, as Markel Martin returned.
Yeah.
He had missed the first 4 weeks. Was it
Yeah.
a wrist injury?
A wrist injury,
okay.
yeah.
Well, he was one of your leading tacklers last year, in addition to what he does as a running back. I mean, what does having him back on the field, I mean, do you feel like you're a more complete defense with him out there?
Oh, man, yes. He's a big leader of our team, too. He's one of our big captains of our team. He brings a lot to our team, offensively and defensively. He's just really physical, high motor, fast. Like, he's a great linebacker and great running back, so it really helps us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a good time of year to be getting all your pieces back. I mean, you don't want that. I mean, for you guys last year, you didn't get back until 2 weeks before the playoffs. I mean, you got to kind of get that chemistry back a little bit.
Right, and everyone wants your team. You go in and you want your team to be healthy. Everybody says, "Yeah, we're going to be healthy," but the truth of the matter is, it's a game of attrition. Football is all about how long can you stay healthy, and can you get healthy at the right time, because everybody's going to be dinged up. You just got to hope that everybody takes care of themselves so they can get back healthy, and you're hitting your stride, playing your best football at the end of the season. And that's really what it's all about, because injuries are a part of the game, right. Whether we all like it or not. And the best programs kind of prepare for that. Nobody wants to talk. It's like the unwritten. Nobody talks about it. Don't talk about injuries. Nobody's going to say anything about it. But everybody knows, like, okay, who's it going to be? How long is it going to be? How quick can we recover and get back to full strength?
Right, and that's when depth of a program really comes into play. I mean, I was I'm not even sure who I was talking to. Well, I think we were talking about Ohio State OU, and it just seemed like in the second half of that game, Ohio State just wears down, because, I mean, they just wore OU down. I mean, the difference between OU's number ones and OU's number twos is more significant than the difference between Ohio State's number ones and Ohio State's number twos.
And that's the way it is in most levels of football. You go to these schools, and especially at the skill level, like, you line up a school like OU, the top level MAC schools, against top level Big Ten or even SEC schools, skill for skill, they're right there. But as soon as you have to sub, that's when that's when it gets a little bit different. And when a Big Ten school subs, that next guy is going to be 10 times better than the MAC's next guy. Right. And that's no knock on anybody from another conference. That's just the way it works. And that's how, that's the way football works. In the great, even in high school, the good high school teams, their subs, their depth is going to be the reason why teams wear down in the end. Right. And when I see teams platooning guys in, the more your linemen don't have to play both ways. I never felt sorry as a coach for skill guys that had to play both ways. You guys can run all day. I'm like, nah, just get over there and play. Yeah. But it was the linemen. If you could keep your linemen from playing both ways, you're going to be at an advantage. Right.
Dantrell, I've seen you listed on recruiting websites as a cornerback, as a receiver, as an athlete. I mean, what position do you play? Where do you see yourself playing at the collegiate level?
Yeah, I've been listed as an athlete mainly, but yeah, I really see myself as probably more of a DB going to college for football. Yeah. Is
that your favorite side of the ball, or do you have a favorite side?
I don't know. I mean, I just naturally like going into football. I just really like hitting, and like growing up, like playing flag football, I just like accidentally hit somebody, or just coming downhill and stuff like that. So like that's why I moved to tackle football quickly. So yeah, defense is like I just like defense probably more. I don't know, maybe, but
wherever you can get on the field.
Scoring touchdowns is nice too, but like I always say I can try to do that on defense too. So,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Now we talked a little bit about it. You guys you're one of 20 seniors. You guys have a 20-person senior class. That doesn't happen very often. I mean, and you've been playing together, it seems like, for like we said, forever. I mean, you guys have all been together for a long time. I mean, what's that chemistry like between you guys, and how important is that chemistry when you're out on the field?
Yeah, it's our chemistry is really good, and you can tell on the field, like, making bad plays, like, we might get on each other, but, like, we know, like, our guys our senior class getting on each other, like, we've been on them, like, we know we can go back, we can fight for them. So, yeah, it helps, like, knowing, like, I got their back and he's got mine. It just really helps on the field.
And we've talked about it, it's good when kids hold each other accountable.
Oh, yeah.
Not having
You
the
have to,
coaches
man.
doing
Yeah.
it all the time.
You have to, and successful teams they have that. The more the coaches can stay out of accountability issues with teams, the more successful your team's going to be. And you're a track athlete, Dantrell, and one of the things I've always been interested to know about track athletes, for you is, do you see track as something for you that you compete in? Is that something that you compete in, or is it something for you that you utilize as like a tool to make you better as a football player? Because for you literally could be recruited as a track athlete. So, and there's some guys that utilize track just as a tool to become a better football player or a basketball player, whatever the case may be. How do you use track?
Yeah, so going into track my freshman year, I was, like, kind of just using it for that way. But, like, I mean, I already knew, like, I'd done track, like, junior high and stuff, but high school, it really matters and stuff. And, like, when I was doing it, I was mainly just doing it for football and stuff. But, like, when I get on the track, and our coach, like, he really helped me with this too. And, like, then I found hurdles, and, like, I started competing in meets and, like, winning and stuff. And, like, I'm a very competitive guy, so, like, I'm really, like, trying to compete at track. So, like, it's not really just, like, going there, like, just to get faster and stuff for football. Like, I'm trying to, like, go to win state and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really competing. Like, I love track, and I loved it even more these past years. So I've been really competing, more competitive in that sport. So, yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
And we will touch on that here in just a few minutes. I'm just kind of circling back. I mean, you guys have been so. Was there a time when this group of seniors? I mean, was there a time you thought, man, this is a special group? This doesn't come along very often, or is it just second nature for you guys because you've been doing it together for so long? I mean, did you feel like, hey, we got a special group here?
Yeah, I feel like I just always felt like our group's been special, and, like, I always felt like when I was young, like, if we stay together, like, we could really make some noise, like, in high school and stuff like that. And any sport we're in, like, I feel like even, like, past football, like, basketball, even our girls, like, our class, I feel like is just, like, really good, like, this year and all years, and different sports, like, we got tennis going to state and stuff like that. So,
Right.
yeah,
You got a cross country program that
we
never
got
loses. It
my,
seems.
Yeah, my brother over there in cross country and track and stuff. So we're doing really good as a class, I feel like.
Is there? I mean, you guys have been varsity players for most of your high school career. As seniors, is there a greater sense of urgency, I guess? I mean, do you feel like, I mean, the finish line's getting a lot closer now than it was a couple years ago here?
Yeah, I mean, I know I can feel it, but, like, I don't even really think about it. I just sometimes I don't even feel like I'm a senior, but, like, then you look, I'm like, dang, 2026. I keep hearing that year, and, like, it's just crazy. Like, I've never even thought about that year even being brought up, but yeah, it's crazy.
And we've talked to Joe, and he told us, he's going to early enroll. I mean, he's going to be gone in basically 3 months, and Braden didn't say one way or the other, but you kind of get the feeling he's pointed that direction. I mean, this group's going to get broken up sooner than later. I mean, has that even occurred? I mean, I would imagine that's hard to kind of wrap your head around.
Yeah, we talked about it and stuff, and it's sad because, like, you want to, like, have a full year with your guys, but I mean, they're going doing big things, and all you gotta do is just be glad for them, and giving their praise and stuff like that. And it hurts because, like, we still have basketball season and stuff, so, like, without those guys, because I probably still play basketball, so that's gonna hurt too. But
More shots, though, buddy.
Yeah. yeah.
Absolutely. And you talked a little bit about it. Latrell probably is for those who don't know, Dantrell has a twin brother, Latrell, an accomplished athlete in his own right, one of the best cross country and track runners in the state. For him, I mean, it's not a early enrollment decision, right? I mean, you guys, he'll be sticking around for his senior track season no matter what, right?
Yeah, he has no choice. I mean, he has to. I mean, senior year, because track's at the end of the year,
Sure.
so he kind of has to. And yeah.
Well, what's that been like? You know, experiencing this not with just a group of guys, but your twin brother. It's got to be. It's got to be pretty crazy to go through all the, successes you guys have had together and have someone to share it with.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's fun. Like doing it with my brother. I mean, we've done sports with each other all our lives, and him doing his own thing, started doing his own thing cross country, like that just brought me into a whole nother world of like running and stuff. And like I didn't really know about cross country a lot, and then he's just like, and like you go in thinking like, okay, he might just be doing this for track, but then like he's just naturally just like gifted at cross country and like anything he runs really. And so he's just going to state, winning and stuff like that, and I'm like, wow, geez. Like,
Who was born first?
Him by like 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
I bet you he'd tell us that's the 7 best minutes of his life.
Yeah.
He's the reigning Division I state champ in the 800-meter dash, anchored the gold medal-winning 4x8 relay. The two of you guys teamed up on the 4x4 and finished second. Lex as a team, the Lex boys were second in the Division I team standings. Experiencing that had to have been a dream come true for you guys.
Yeah, it was really cool, and like starting freshman year, getting to state at a Division I level really helped us too. Me and my brother, and like having some of those guys back, like we knew that we could really make a good run, and our coach was telling us like prepping us like workouts and stuff. Like we like had like a different group doing workouts, and like really like beginning of the season I was like, geez, like coach, like chill. But like he's like telling us like end goal, and then you get to stay and like you're fueled for it and stuff like that. So yeah.
And the good news, and we were talking a little bit off before we started recording here, Lex will drop out of Division I this coming year, right? Or this coming spring.
Yeah, so we're at Division II now. I'm pretty sure, right? I think so, yeah.
And they're expanding the state track meet to include more divisions here going forward. So I mean, yeah, Lex was probably the smallest Division I school in the state last year, and now they will be competing with more like-sized schools, which I think is probably a better fit. Latrell, I mean, obviously a major college prospect. He was an All-American last spring. He placed, fifth in the 800 at the New Balance Nationals. How do you, I mean, it's got to be amazing to watch him do the things he's doing here. I mean, what's it like as a guy who grew up with him, watching him succeed like that?
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I'm not the most like emotional guy while cheering and stuff, but like he knows that like I'm like very supportive of him, and like people always like, why are you just clapping? You're not like screaming or anything. Like I just always knew he's like, and like he's just amazing. He's been doing really good, and like any event you take him in, like he just like good, like 100, 200. I've never seen a guy like that, and like it's kind of annoying sometimes. You run, because I've been running against him all my life, and like you think you're beating him, and then he comes right by you. I'm like, it's like but yeah, I always knew he's good.
Has he? And we talked a little bit about that. Has he? I mean, if Oregon is knocking on the door, and you said that Oregon had shown some interest. I mean, that's if you're a runner, that's like playing at Ohio State as a football player. I mean, has he made any decisions about his college?
He hasn't made any decisions yet, but he has some big schools contacting him and stuff like that. And he's probably gonna be going on some visits soon. So yeah, that'd be fun.
Right. Well, whenever you guys want to make your college decisions, well, you're more than welcome to come back in, and we'll do it in here.
Okay.
It's time for, as always, we like to close out the show with a little segment we call the 2-minute drill. We'll throw a bunch of questions at you here, and you just answer them as quickly as you can. Now, we just talked about Latrell as one of the top 800-meter runners in the nation, anchored the 400 relay. Is there a distance that you feel confident that you could beat your brother at?
110-meter hurdles.
That's the only one. Anything?
Oh, 300 hurdles too. Hurdles. Yeah.
Got to be jumping over. Something,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
basically.
And can we set up a Hughes versus Hughes and record it? Because that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. 200. I would like to race them in the 200.
Okay. It's homecoming week at Lexington. You guys host Mansfield Senior this week. Now, did you do one of those clever homecoming proposals to anyone?
Yeah, I did to my girlfriend last Saturday. Yeah.
I hope she said yes.
Yeah, she did.
And we won't ask you about all the details. But I mean, what Saturday look like? Is there dinner? Is there a picture? Where are you guys getting your photos taken?
Yeah, I think we're around here. I think we're doing it in the Brickyard over there, and I think we're eating dinner around DLX too.
Okay, yeah, that seems to be a popular destination for home. I've seen a lot of homecoming photos taken taken down the street here. How about a favorite pregame meal?
Subway.
Okay.
Subway.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about a playlist? What's on the playlist for pregame?
I'm a really chill guy with my playlist. I feel like I listen to a lot of Radiohead. I feel like I don't know, it's like different. Yeah.
Did not see that one.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot in there, Drake and stuff like that. But I feel like different
and eclectic. I guess we that. You have a 3.8 grade point average. What do you want to study in college?
I haven't really decided yet, but like I'm going like marketing field, business side maybe. I don't know yet, but I mean this kind of seems cool. So
you don't want to do this. You don't make any money on this.
Come on, Curt. You can come back and intern with
Yeah,
us.
absolutely. When football's over, what do you see yourself doing down the road?
I see myself getting try to make my own business. So like I'm really into like fashion and stuff, like clothes, like maybe like a design stuff like that, like my own brand, something like that. I feel like I could be good at.
Well, that's all I got, fellas. I think that was an enlightening 45 minutes or so.
Absolutely.
Dantrell, we really appreciate you coming down here. Thanks for stopping by, and for you out there, tune back in next week. Thanks.